Aloha mai kākou, and welcome to Career Connect, the podcast series created by the Leeward Community College, ASUH, and Career Central. This series is designed to guide you on your journey from campus to career. I'm your host, AP. If you're new here, ASUH stands for the Associated Students of the University of Hawaii, an organization dedicated to empowering students on their paths to success. Whether you're exploring your passions, preparing for internships, or taking the next step after graduation, this series is here to support you. We bring you real conversations with industry experts, alumni, faculty, and staff, sharing valuable advice, tips, and personal stories to help you navigate the world of work. From resume writing and interview preparation to landing your dream job and thriving in the workplace, Career Connect is your essential resource for career development. In today's episode, we are joined by Collin Kaʻaikaula, better known as Kumu Kama. We'll explore his journey, including how he began studying Hawaiian studies and the inspiring ʻike or knowledge he shares with his students. Join us as we explore his journey from college to career. Thank you for being here with us today. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and just introduce yourself?
Sure. So aloha mai, ua o kama Kaʻaikaula, no Hawaiʻi ewa mai au. Malaila no au I hānai iai. Kia manawa he kumu ʻŌlelo Hawaii au, ma kia kula nui nei I ke kaiaulu o ewa, a pela pū me ke kula nui ke kaiaulu o Waiʻanae. My name is Kama Kaʻaikaula. I'm born and raised here in Ewa. I'm from the Ahupua'a of Hawaiʻi. I'm currently a Hawaiian language instructor here at the Pearl City campus in Pu'uloa, as well as the campus out in Waiʻanae Moku. Maybe some background about myself. I'm a Leeward graduate. I graduated from Leeward in 2018 with both a Hawaiian Studies and Liberal Arts Associates, as well as a content certificate in Hawaiian language, where I went on to Manoa to double major for my bachelor's in Hawaiian Studies and Hawaiian language. And then, of course, on to my master's in Hawaiian language, which I received in December of 2023. And now I'm back here.
Wow, so everything kind of came full circle on your journey, your educational journey, and then back here at Leeward. How did you get interested in studying Hawaiian studies? Did you have this on your mind that you were going to be back at Leeward? Like, was this all part of your plan?
Yeah, so I've always kind of envisioned myself as a teacher. But funnily enough, when I came to Leeward at first in 2014, I was actually an engineering major. And I took a lot of engineering classes. Just so happened that it wasn't really enjoyable in the same way that Hawaiian language and Hawaiian studies is for me. But I actually do owe a lot of credit to my high school Hawaiian language teacher for really starting the interest. Her name is Mikiala Lidstone, as well as my kumus here at LCC, Kumu Yokepa Badis, and all the Hawaiian studies teacher, Kumu Tracy Loesch, Momi Kamahele, Ui Janai, Kili Ikuli, and all the wonderful people I've been able to interact with here.
So it seems like you've built relationships before you left Leeward, you would say, and then found your way back here working with the same people that you built that relationship with?
Yeah, and I think that's one of the real good benefits of a campus here like Leeward, where it's really close. It's a little more intimate of a setting than when you go to the bigger universities and you have bigger classes. You can actually create relationships with your kumu, with your teachers. And a lot of times those teachers will continue to support you and help you in any ways that they can moving forward. And so coming back here to work has been really cool, getting to not so much call them my colleagues, although they say they're my colleagues. I still call them kumu, but it's fun to work with the people that I've known for so long.
Thank you for that perspective. I think people wonder, how they're going to get about their careers. And it's interesting that, you are still connected with the same people that helped you into your career. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey here at Leeward? I would say as, taking classes and instruction and just some pointers, I guess, for students thinking about joining the Hawaiian Studies program.
I definitely say there's a lot of support here at Leeward for Hawaiian Studies and Hawaiian language. Even from the campus level support, we have the tutoring services at the LRC. And there's also tutoring services offered at the Waiʻanae Moku campus for Hawaiian Studies and Hawaiian language. And back when I was a student, there was actually a service called the Halau Ike o Pu'uloa, and now that's called Kipuka today, but the services that are offered are still the same. It's a place where you can go to study through that program or through that space. You gain access to internships, programming, activities, workshops, and all kinds of things that will be helpful for a student. And you also make really good connections with your peers, which I think is very important.
Further than what the school offers, what mindset do you think you have to, I guess, be successful in this Hawaiian Studies program here at Leeward?
Mindset, I think you just really got to enjoy what you're doing. Like Hawaiian Studies, I think we're kind of all familiar with that saying from Spider-Man, like, with great power comes great responsibility. I think from a Hawaiian mindset, great with knowledge comes responsibility. So when you learn these things, it's not something that you can just put on the back burner and just put it away in a storage in your mind. And you have to use the knowledge somehow. And either that's living it, teaching it, sharing it with your family. So if you love what you're doing, if you love the culture, if you love the language, then you'll succeed in the program for sure.
Thank you for that. How do you keep your students engaged with that Hawaiian Studies?
Yeah, so on the Hawaiian Studies side, from a student's perspective, the teachers always made sure to involve current events. They also tried to make sure that if there was any events going on around the community, that you had access to those and they were advertised really well. Also, opportunities to meet up with your peers, your fellow students outside of class, I think is important. For me personally, as a teacher in Hawaiian language, trying to keep students engaged in the classroom can always be kind of difficult. But I think if you can present the language in such a way where it's social, so the understanding that the language can exist outside of a classroom, I think that's where the interest really starts to build. So encouraging students to, make friends, to engage with their peers, go out to events or concerts and things like that. I think for them to see language in spaces outside of the classroom can bring more commitment and desire to learn in the classroom.
Yeah, I like that you said the events on the outside. Like, does Leeward put that together, or is that something that Leeward comes as a, student presence or representing Leeward?
Yeah, I feel like Leeward does its fair share of organizing events and workshops that you could benefit from. And I know throughout the year, there are different types of community service or like Malama Aina focused kinds of excursions, whether it's for Kipuka programming or open to the public. Outside of that, there are many events that just kind of happen throughout the year. I know that in February, Hawaiian Language Month, there's a lot of programming throughout the island chain that you can benefit from if you're interested. And then just trying to, really stick to your networks and social media. And if you see an event, advertise to students. For me specifically, if I'm teaching here at the Pu'uloa campus, I try to make sure that if there's an EVA district related event that I advertise that. Out in Waiʻanae, I want to make sure that if there's a Waiʻanae event, I can push them towards that because community is also very important. And I think we're all kind of proud and, to be from where we're from. And if you can use what you're learning in a classroom to benefit and interact with your own community at home, I think that's also very important.
Yeah, I think students are interested in building this network or, being a part of a community, just don't know, how to do it. Mm-hmm. So I think it's important to remember Kipuka and just being aware of, information being put out by your counselors or your teachers, and just, I guess, always being willing to put yourself out there to become a part of these networks, because it seems like, you built your own relationships and that's how you kind of established your career today. So what's some of the challenges or that you faced as either a student or a teacher within ʻŌlelo Hawaii?
Yeah, so I'll start from the perspective of a student. I think although there is a lot of programming and a lot of opportunities outside of a classroom to engage, I feel like there could be so much more. And I think that for now, at least, as a student, you have to work forward knowing that one day you can be the person who makes those opportunities for other students. And similarly with teachers, I think a challenge comes from students not being able to, specifically for Hawaiian language, students not being able to see and hear Hawaiian in their everyday lives. So even for me personally, most of my family don't speak Hawaiian. It's really just me and my girlfriend that can speak Hawaiian. So, one day I mean, there is a lot of programming out there right now, don't get me wrong, but one day I would love to see, Hawaiian language just at like a McDonald's, Hawaiian language, Walmart, all of these different facets of life that we do in our, everyday routines to hear and see Hawaiian language living there, I think would be very valuable for the future of the language.
I agree. If we had more just ʻŌlelo on a building, we could feel more included, I would say, in the space. As simple as seeing it at McDonald's, would make a difference. So if students do decide to advance in their Hawaiian studies degree, what careers could they be on the lookout for?
Yeah, and so this is a question that I think it's a little personal to me. As a student, a lot of people kind of put you into a box. Specifically in Hawaiian studies and language, they put you into this box where you can, like, teaching is your only choice. And that seems to be the general misconception, that teaching is your only choice. I can't say that it'll be easy. The path to do everything and anything that you want to do with Hawaiian language and Hawaiian studies is not an easy path, but if you love what you're doing, I definitely think you can get there. So some jobs off the top of my head would be like researching. I know people who work in archaeology. They work in like development, library science, archival research, archival care, and working in the archives. Even environmentalist jobs, shade houses, nurseries. All of these things can benefit from a perspective of someone who's learned about the history of this place, someone who understands the way Hawaiians view the world, and even someone who just understands how they spoke about these things. I think there's so much value to be brought into all these different aspects of life through learning these things. But I will say that it will take some work to get there. And you as a student have to do a lot of marketing for yourself. You have to put yourself out there, make relationships, network, join internships, find some position that can start to build experience in your field that you're desiring to go into. Even then, it might not guarantee you a position in that space. But if living in Hawaii and practicing your culture and language is important, and doing what you love is important, you'll get there if you keep trying.
Yeah, I think the Hawaiian language, or ʻŌlelo, is like the first step to unlocking all of this knowledge. There's further information that you kind of have to gain besides the language, as far as history, I guess land references. Anything you want to do is kind of connected to the tongue or the language. So I think that's just the first step, So it's very interesting, this journey that you've been on yourself, in this short amount of time since graduating. But can you share any mana'o or advice that you would have for our students that's pursuing this degree?
Sure, yeah. Definitely find what you love about, if it's Hawaiian studies that you're pursuing, or even language, find what you love about those things and really focus in on those. For Hawaiian language, there's a lot of different like niches you can get into, whether it's archival research, newspaper research, translation, storytelling, all these different things. So find what you're passionate about, pursue it, and that way the path will be easy. Because if you're passionate about what you're doing, the difficulties tend to fade away because you're enjoying what's happening. Another piece of advice I'd probably give is, like I said before, you really got to look for those opportunities. Talk to counselors, talk to any of the programming available to you to find grants, to find internships, job opportunities. Really start to build the experience in the field of work that you're looking to get into. And I think lastly is really just social network around your peers. A lot of times who you enter Hawaiian 1 with in your first year of Hawaiian could be the same people you end up in Hawaiian 3 or 4 with in your 3rd or 4th year. And so if you have a good set of peers to talk to, that's one way that language can live outside of the classroom. And so for me, I was lucky and blessed with lots of these different counselors, teachers, mentors, friends, now my girlfriend also. But you just got to try, put yourself out there, do what you love what you do, and I think everything will work out.
Yeah, I think as students, we think we need to have everything together, but just coming to Leeward, I see, even in my own experience, that you don't need to have everything together, but when you put it out there that you need something, the teachers definitely step in, or any faculty or staff are willing to help you put the pieces together. So We thank you for your time here today.
And thanks for having me.
Thank you to everyone for tuning in to this episode of Career Connect. We hope Kumu Kama's stories offered you meaningful insight and motivation as you navigate your own career path. No matter where you are, just beginning or preparing for your next step, remember that the path from campus to career is one of growth, discovery, and lifelong learning. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe and share it with someone who might need a little inspiration. From all of us at ASUH Leeward and Career Central, keep striving, keep believing in your potential, and we'll catch you next time on Career Connect. Ahui ho!